My name's Jake. I'm from Tasmania. I've lived locally my whole life. Worked in aquaculture now, contracting and directly for 9 years. Love the water myself. I work on the water. Most of my hobbies involve being on the water. So currently we're in a 11.9 metre windcraft. So these are a locally built boat in Tasmania. This one's set up to be a dive boat, so it's got all the dive hoses and all the necessities there. It's powered by twin 300 Mercury Sea Pros. Quite interesting, the boat we're on now has got over 4,000 hours on the engine, so I don't think they're due to be changed at the end of the year, but I'm sure they'll be just fine. They'll do about 32 knots at wide open throttle. I think they're very varying in between 5 and 7 tonne, these boats. So Huon Aquaculture, we've got 3 sites that farm salmon. So we've got Strawn here at Northwest Bay and Storm Bay, and we've got Dover. We grow 35,000 tonnes of fish a year and growing. We have 84 commercial vessels, 49 of those are outboard powered vessels, the majority being powered by Mercuries. 6 boats that are powered by 300 horsepower V8s. We use a lot of the 150 horsepower SeaPro range as well. That's a brilliant range. So, quite a big operation between all the different sites. We'll see, honestly, up to 5,000 hours on a regular basis. When the time comes to replace these outboards, we try and replace them every 2 years. A lot of our vessels will work 24/7 nearly, so the hours these can accrue over a 2-week period, we can see 100 hours in a week and a half. We can see even more than that at times. I think the best we've actually had out of a 300 horsepower V8, and it's still at site ready to go, is 6,800 hours. The gear change counters I've seen are you wouldn't believe. We're talking 40,000 gear changes have been recorded at times, and the boat isn't even ready to be repowered yet. The Sea Pros have been an unreal thing commercially, just with their toughness. We've seen just the work conditions these outboards have to work in are some of the hardest work conditions in the world when it comes to, operating. And these guys need these to be going every single day. These boats work 7 days a week. So we had a range of outboards. I think they were trying their toes with many different brands, trying to really find a solution to this commercial instance. And it seems to really, now that we are mostly using Mercury product, it just seems to be the solution. We noticed from when we went to the 300 V8, the marina that we buy our fuel off, saw 35% loss in fuel sales. You can just tell that they've been designed to be maintained for a long period of time and very quickly. So everything service-wise, super accessible. There's no complicated procedures to any of the regular servicing. They're designed to be worked on because it's a commercial product. It's going to have to be. In-water serviceability is a great option. It saves you slipping fees. It's saving time down on the boat because you need the boat for a day. If you're going to get slipped, you're going to take the boat out for the whole day. But if I'm going to do an in-water service, then we've got the potential the boat's only down for a few hours and the guys can get to work. When it comes to reliability, this boat's a great example. We're talking about outboards have done over 4,000 hours and we're about to go out to the lease right now, and I trust it. So we're talking, these guys can be working in 4.5 metres of swell, up to, we've seen as much as 11. When these guys need to get out of a sticky situation, they've a funny wave roll in, and you need to get out of there, the great thing is they've got the torque to do it. So the warranty's been brilliant. Channel Marine are really good to deal with in that respect. We get our full commercial warranty on the outboard. The guys are down generally within 24 hours if we have any issues whatsoever. The fact that we don't have to look for a special fuel is absolutely crucial, because on the water, fuel can be changing all the time, so it's really brilliant to know that we can pull up anywhere, whether it's getting fuel from a barge, getting fuel from the dock, going to a different dock. We know we can just put 91 octane fuel in them and they're going to be fine. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in Australia. It's cold, I'll give you that. It can be cold at times, but obviously you guys are here today. The weather's unreal today. We probably have a 2.5 metre slow roll out here today, so that'll be pretty nice. These Lincrafts handle that pretty well. Very picturesque on the outside of Bruny Island where we work. We've been using this control box now commercially for 9 years, and I'm not going to lie, I was scared when the next gen stuff became available, and we're like, but we've had such a good thing for so long, but so far the next gen's been brilliant. Every operator really, really likes it. They like the new top design where the trim buttons are, because a lot of our boats carrying varying weights, they need to trim the boat accordingly. Recently, Alan approached us with a new product, which was active trim. Now we get a lot of new guys, they've just done their coxswains, they're just starting out, and it's nice to be able to have the active trim there to assist these guys with how the boat needs to be trimmed. These guys are working, they don't need to be worried about trimming their boat for the best fuel economy. Yeah, so I've found the 150 an amazing product. I don't think that there's anything else that can touch it when it comes to reliability, and that's going to get you there and get you home. And they're quiet as well. It's not even like it's just the tractor of the sea. They're actually a genuinely quiet engine. And we've just seen unparalleled reliability, like thousands of hours of only doing service items, like impellers, thermostats, spark plugs, gear oils and engine oils and oil filters. Just only doing that and seeing thousands of hours of operation.